This is a dirty game, bro. And what I've always said is all is fair in love, war, and challenges, 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 and challenges.
What's really good, Posters? Welcome to another episode of Love, War, Challenges. I am MTV Malik. She is Becky at Giftmaster Bex. And of course, we are joined by the one, the only, the Stan, the man, the myth, the legend, Antonio, a.k.a. the Bananas Defender. What's really good, guys? What's shaking with y'all?
What's up? What's up?
Nothing much. Enjoying the heat. We finally got some out here. It's awesome.
Who's enjoying the heat right now? It's still supposed to be
The heat's
springtime.
killing me.
Facts.
What happened? What'd you say?
Nobody
is
likes the
killing me.
heat. Like, yeah, we're not feeling the heat.
It's
Just
good for
you.
the beach, but inside the house, I don't like that shit.
Who trying to go to the beach? That shit's like a fucking petri dish.
I've been to the beach like 4 times already the last 2 weeks, so I'm chilling.
I bet you're not socially distancing at all.
I am though. I promise you, I am.
Think you're full of shit.
Gabe's starting early already in the chat asking if you own anything that has sleeves, Antonio.
No,
The other shirt I
he's
was
a
wearing has sleeves.
scumbag. Of course he doesn't. So,
I'm hot. I had to wear this today. I didn't want to, but I had to.
yeah, okay. One hell of an episode. Episode 10, season 35, The Challenge. I mean, this episode was almost as good as it gets. Would you guys agree or disagree?
I mean, without even saying it, you guys already know I love this episode. So, I mean, it's not even a question to me.
Well, you guys ready to get it in?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%, baby. Let's go. Let's get it
do it.
done.
All right, before we start, we all know that there's a shitload of crazy stuff going on in the world. And just know, me and everybody at Love With Challenges, we stand with y'all. Black lives do matter. But we're going to go ahead and get into this episode. You guys ready to go?
Go.
Let's do it.
All right, let's get it in. So the crew returns back to this fucked up bunker, and they are just, everybody is just really, really happy. Really, everybody's giving Anissa props. And, it's one person who's not too happy is Nani. Wes tells Nani that she's better off, that Kayla and Jenna was a liability. Do you guys agree at this point?
Honestly, they were all liabilities. Each had their own issues. Nani's obviously been acting out with all of her fights. Kayla has not been, her head hasn't been in the game. She's been revolving around relationships and men and in the house and not really focused on the game. And Jenna the same. She's focused on home. So at this point, I think they're all volatile in different reasons. So maybe she'll be better alone. You never know.
Bananas, do you agree with Wes's assessment of the Holy Trinity?
Yeah, I mean, in the challenge, you always want to have like a secret alliance with someone that you're connected with, but no one knows about. And when you have an alliance that's exposed for season after season, it makes you a target because they know you're going to put them in front of anyone else. Now that Nani's 1 and 2 is gone, she's a wild card. So anyone that needs a number can easily just take her in and use her. So this is a honestly best case scenario for Nani.
All right. I don't know if losing all of your friends. Remember, when it's all said and done, there's power in numbers. And that's 3 votes going, to whoever they decide it's going to go to. I don't think they helped as much, but not having them is going to be a liability because also, who's there to protect her? Bananas?
But with this game, though, I don't think, yes, numbers are good, but they're not as good or as valuable as any other season, especially this late in the game where you have to get thrown in. Nani still hasn't got a red skull, so she's still trying to get in. So, I mean, she's playing a good game right now, I feel like.
All right. So, good thing about this episode is that it chugs right the fuck on. Before we get to the daily, we have a scene with Josh, and he cries.
How did I know you're going to bring this up?
That happened.
This doesn't happen. He doesn't cry.
He cries all the time. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't cry that one time he tried to fuck Amanda and didn't, but, you know.
There it is.
You're looking for it. There it
is.
goes. All right, let's go ahead and move on to this daily. Today's daily is going to be called Thrown Off, and is one of TJ's favorites, one of our favorites. It's going to be trivia. The challengers have to sit on a missile, and they have to guess whatever trivia question that TJ is having, and if they get it right, they can throw a strike on another challenger. And once they get a strike, the shit shakes and they have to hold on and fall into the water. Now, this was a very, very fun trivia. What were some of your guys' favorite moments from this daily? Bananas, kick it off.
All right, well, there's 3 of us here, right? And I guarantee you there's a 50% chance one of us really enjoyed this challenge.
Yeah, I at this point, Nelson has to be doing this on purpose. There is no way he is this dense, right?
Like, come on. I'm
Right?
stupid. Okay.
I love trivia.
Doesn't he have a
How
college
stupid.
degree?
But, what
he?
college did he go to?
The School
Oh
of
my
Hard Knocks.
God. Hamburger U or something? Like, come on.
You.
Like, Jesus. Like there's like stupid. Then there's Nelson. Like, stupid's like right here. Then there's like me. Then there's like Nelson, like way down there.
All right, Becky, what was your favorite moment from this trivia daily?
I mean, watching TJ just dangle D and just laugh at her, like screaming, please lower me, this is freaking her out. She's completely like almost like going ballistic, which is hilarious that she waits for the end of the challenge to have this complete meltdown about the possibility of being dropped. Honestly, I would have just dropped her for fun because of the way she was acting. But Wes took it like a boss because he just dropped. But I gotta say that the producers literally being like, Nelson, it's not 50-50. There's three possible answers. And he's like, oh. You just see the look on his face, like he's desperately trying to calculate the math.
It was hilarious. My favorite moment has to be when Josh dropped. I mean, anytime pain enters Josh's life, it is really my favorite part. He is the most clumsy, oafish motherfucker I've ever seen, and that was definitely my favorite part. But another one of my favorite parts is the scene between TJ and Bananas, when Banana goes, D, your mother. That shit was tense. That was tense as fuck. I was like, oh shit, Bananas fucked up. Like, TJ seems like a really cool dude, but for a second, it looked like he didn't play that shit at all.
Yeah. Oh my God. That commercial break really had everyone on their feet because they showed TJ's face like,
oh yeah,
kidding me?
He looked serious as fuck. And granted, we will never know what it was really like in that moment. But it came back and, he took it in stride. It was really, really good. That was definitely my favorite part. Did you guys think that shit was going to go south after that whole exchange?
Oh my God. I was scared. Honestly, because like being who I am, like being like on Twitter and like stuff like that, like defending him is what I do. And in that situation, I was like trying so hard to like, what can I say to like make it sound not as bad as it was? I couldn't think of anything because TJ is one of the easily the most well-liked guy in the challenge, hands down. If you hate TJ, you hate the challenge.
Everybody likes TJ.
So like if someone goes against him, like I can't even do that. Like I said, like I'm hiding my face, waiting until commercial comes back on. Like, come on, I need TJ to laugh. Like I need a good face on right now. But TJ's laugh just makes the episode.
Yeah, I thought it was real great that it was really great that we didn't know which way it was going to go. And stuff like that makes for really, really good TV.
I pretty much figured he was going to react that way, though, because the things that come out of Banana's mouth is just pretty epic. Like, didn't he's the one who was like, "Suck my ass, TJ"?
Yeah, but that's different. Now you're bringing his mother into it.
Yeah, you don't really know how he's going to react. And I thought that really, really made it for me. Another great moment during this daily is at the end of the male's turn, Rogan and Wes make a deal. How did you guys feel about that? I mean, we've seen people make deals before on varying levels throughout this game, but in the last couple of minutes of a daily, did that sit right with you guys? Did you guys feel some kind of way about that? Tell me how that moment made you feel. Becky.
Well, I mean, Rogan basically said he was going to fall anyway. So this kind of just worked in his favor, where he made that deal knowing that there was no way he was going to be able to hold on any longer in order to save himself in the long run. I think it was a smart move on his part. When it comes to Wes, I guess it depends on how close he was to dropping. For all we know, he was 2 seconds from dropping too. So I think overall it worked out for both of them.
All right. Antonio.
Wow, you haven't called me that in a while. But okay.
I switched.
Yeah. With Rogan, I mean, yeah, he was gonna drop, but like with D already winning, I kind of felt like Rogan was safe. I just think he wanted that safety of the house not voting him in. So if Rogan's looking at it like that way, then yes, it's a smart move. But putting all your trust into Wes, that's like something. It's like a coin toss. But at the end of the day, whatever happened. Whatever was going to happen. Wes was going to win regardless. I felt like I honestly don't think Rogan would have beat Wes in trivia to begin with. So I think Rogan just wanted the safety.
For me, it really depends on who you're with. For Wes, great idea. You get the W. You're in control. For Rogan, if this is a last desperation move, then I guess it's okay. Oh, I gotta quit smoking. Oh, that shit's gonna kill me. Don't play with me, man. Way too many people in my house for all that shit. Never that.
Not just try and say you had the Rona.
Word. Kiss my ass. Let's go ahead and move on. So after the daily, D and Wes gets the W. The deal they made was for Wes to pull Rogan into the tribunal. Now after it, it's a Burger King sponsored event, and TJ tells them that they are going to get 5 bands for winning the elimination. And Rogan's not getting the 5 bands. Rogan gets a fucking sandwich.
He gets an impossible
Bro,
burger.
Just think about it. This is what Rogan's 3rd season. His appearance fee is probably not that much better.
No, his appearance fee has to be...
So he could have used those 5 bands a lot more than Wes could have.
Yeah. Do you think Wes should have split some of the money with him?
Hell no.
No. It was Rogan's idea to drop.
He's lucky he got put in the tribunal.
Yeah, like he got Burger King. It's either that or bunker food. I mean, Burger King, bunker food.
Did you see how excited everybody was for Burger King? That really says something about the level of food that they are provided.
Well, that's
that
because
they're so excited for Burger King.
Yeah, but Burger King is superior fast food, way more superior than a Taco Bell or a McDonald's.
No,
That's factual.
No,
you talking about?
No.
But hold on, wait. Listen. Burger King is better than Chick-fil-A.
Fucking hate you.
These are facts.
No. So for me, it's Chick-fil-A, the McDonald's, and Wendy's. That's pretty much it. I really eat. Like, if I'm having fast food, it's just those 3.
Are you
like
serious?
I barely eat fast food to like compare it all, but like Chick-fil-A and McDonald's, they're neck and neck.
Your fast food is trash. And Gabe, we're not fucking with Wendy's right now. Wendy's is canceled right now till we get some more information. Let's go ahead and move on. So
what happened with Wendy's?
A guy who owns a franchise that owns several Wendy's is giving money to Trump. A lot of people confuse it that like Wendy's gives, but it's not really the case. So it's kind of a funny
franchise.
thing.
Gotcha.
It's a guy who owns a franchise. So he owns a whole bunch of Wendy's, but it's not Wendy's.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
Everybody know what that redhead bitch stand. But let's go ahead and move on. Back at the bunker, Johnny Bananas has made a decision. He decided that this is his week. He's going in. Now, he's going in. He is going in. Nothing can stop him, but Wes is in the tribunal. Do you guys think that it is wise for Bananas to go around the house telling everybody he wants in? Do you guys think that this is his week?
Yes.
I think if he decided that it is his week, it's his week. I mean, what can you do with somebody who's already decided to put himself into that position?
And that's
nobody
the main
else?
thing. And this is going to play out later on in the episode. Banana seemed confident. He seemed like like he was ready. Like all episode, they show him getting ready. Like that man looked ready. And his readiness is definitely going to come into play later on. But TYB walks into Wes's room and they try to put the battery in Wes's back. Oh, it's going to be so legendary. Oh, you should do it for the culture, or whatever the fuck they were saying. What do you guys make of TYB's pathetic attempt to put the battery in Wes's back? Antonio.
You cannot manipulate a manipulator. Wes has been doing this game for years and years. Whatever Wes is doing, Wes already had planned the second he won the challenge. He knew what he wanted to do. Corey and Nelson, whatever they said didn't really impact him. As we saw throughout the episode, Wes made decisions on his own. He didn't really look for other people's advice or guidance into doing what he did.
Becky?
I think Wes had already made up his mind that he was going to go in no matter what. I think that he was ready to do what he needed to do. I think him and Bananas had the same mindset where they were both like, this is my week and I need to do it now. So I can fully understand their attempts, but the best part of that whole thing was the way production did it. And then they did the music in the background. It was just the way they are producing these episodes is actually like, or the way they're editing these episodes, especially with the music inclusion, is comical, and they're doing a fantastic job. Good job, challenge gods.
Oh yeah, their sound guy has to get a raise. Like whatever music he's plugging it from, give him a raise. I don't care.
You know, I actually think both of you guys are kind of off. I don't think Wes knew from the beginning what he wanted to do. A lot of the things that seen during this episode was him kind of struggling with what is going to be the right decision. Should he do it? How much time does he have? It doesn't seem like this was an easy decision for him. And the thing about it is, yeah, I know who wins the season and everything, but I wasn't quite sure how this was going to play out. I didn't know if this was the moment that, I was expecting. So I went to this episode pretty blind. So I didn't get the feeling that he knew what was exactly going to happen. But let's go ahead and move on to Club Night. But before we do, I want to talk about one of our sponsors. Guys ready? Sponsor time. Ad read time.
Oh, let's do it.
They had a commercial for us today.
Yes. So, the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0. Make sure you use the right tools for your family jewels. Make sure you visit manscaped.com. Use code LWC to get 20% off and free shipping. Guys, stop being hairy. If you're going to put your cock in somebody's mouth, shave it up. Get it cleaned up. Just a little bit. What are you doing? Why are you throwing up gang signs over there, Antonio?
I'm trying to do the LWC that you did for the thing.
Failing.
I can't do that.
Wait. Do it one more time.
W?
Did you use your fingers to twist them? LWC.
You just, what the heck? Stop. Just stop.
Bruh, you set Italians back so much. You're worse.
I can't do that with my
You're
fingers.
worse for
It's
Italians.
hard.
You're worse
It's
than
hard.
Vinny and Paulie. You are the
Bro,
worst.
I can't do it. I'm trying to, but I can't. I'm not, Wait, I got it. There you go.
Live long.
I'm going to need you to
prosper.
stop. You just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Let's go to Club Night, man.
Oh, man. You love going live with you guys, man. It's just the comedic relief I give off.
All right. Club Night. Nothing much really happens except for the fact that Bananas approaches Wes. They explain their size. Wes feels like he won the daily. It really should be on him of which way he wants to go. Like Bananas should have conferred with him. I guess he feels like Bananas is stealing some of his thunder. And Johnny is feeling like Wes is kind of hurt because he outplayed him. He put Wes in a position to have to make that decision that he may not have been really ready to make at this time, or to make a tough decision, being for the fact that not only are they allies now, they are developing a friendship and a camaraderie. They both made very, very good points. I like the fact that it was a very mature conversation. It wasn't a whole bunch of yelling or one up. They're just like, this is how I feel and this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And whose side are you guys taking? I mean, just tell me how you feel about and why you picked their side. I know I'm going to regret this when I hear it from Antonio's mouth because it's probably going to be a bunch of bullshit. So let's go ahead and start with you, Becky.
No, I want to hear what Antonio has to say.
All right, Antonio. Why?
Okay.
So tell me, what did you feel during this conversation and why did you pick Bananas?
Well, actually, I'm starting with Wes. No, I'm kidding. But no, but I do see like Wes's point, because like Wes does think Bananas outplayed him, right? Like that's Wes's side we're going with.
Right.
So I do see it because yes, Bananas did take that step to just basically screw Wes over. But if you look at Bananas' perspective, he threw the challenge before Wes even won. Like, and Bananas made it known that he wanted, this is his elimination. He said going on the way there, I'm throwing it, I want to be voted in. And I'm sure Wes knew about it. So when Wes is up there, he sees Bananas fall. Bananas obviously is not winning today's challenge. So he's going in the house vote, or he's going to beg the Tribunal to vote him in, but he would rather be a house vote. So with seeing Bananas already fall, Wes winning, he should have known already, oh, shit, I won. Bananas is already going to win the house vote, so why the fuck did I win it? So Wes kind of screwed himself over in a way, and he put himself in the position to make that big move. I am now done.
Actually, that's pretty well put together.
Thank you.
Good job. Becky, how do you feel about this conversation, and who are you siding with?
It's very devil's advocate, Antonio. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm learning.
Growth.
Yay.
Growth. I'm feeling it.
But anyway, honestly, I can see both sides of this as well. I think that if Bananas went into this situation thinking he was going to throw it, he should have been upfront with Wes, because Wes obviously had no idea. Because I think he was almost kind of hurt, because even when he was politicking for himself to be voted in, Wes found out from Corey and Nelson. He had really was like, what? I didn't know that this was happening. And he felt cheated. So I understand why he would feel cheated. Now, and I know the reason why people try and get the tribunal is so they can choose who they want to go against if they want to go down, depending on the elimination, which everybody's been trying to do. They'd rather be in the tribunal than be the house vote. So I can see both sides. At the end of the day, I think I kind of side a little bit more with Wes in this particular case, because I feel like Banana should have been more upfront. He wasn't telling him what he was planning on doing until it was done. And if you're in an alliance, that's not fair.
I see both sides of this argument. I think Bananas is recognizing that time is running out. The longer he waits, the less candidates he gets to pick from on who he's going to face. You don't know who's going to be there in 2 weeks, 4 weeks. Do you have that much time left? We're already halfway through, which really says 3, maybe 4 max male eliminations. If that. And you don't know of a double elimination or some twist or mercenaries are on the way.
Purge.
Or a purge, which it's almost about that time. That train is never late. So I 100% agree with Bananas. Hey, I want to go in, and I want to go in now. Where Bananas misstepped was, you are in an alliance. This alliance member is in the tribunal. It is in your best interest to make him privy to your actions on what you're going to do. Bananas was too smart to make this mistake. He should have informed him and worked with him. And The fact that both Wes and Bananas, the chances of them getting in the tribunal soon is pretty high. There are no guarantees. He wants to go in now, but he should have spoken up. Now Wes feels like he got played by Bananas a little, outplayed by Bananas a little bit, and he was 100%. Bananas put the pressure on him so he can get his way. It wasn't really a grimy move. It was Bananas taking his fate and putting it in his own hands. And I'm not mad at that. The fact of the matter is, Wes didn't see this coming. He didn't plan for it. And that's why he was caught off guard and kind of hurt. Bananas did nothing wrong. So in this case, I actually have to side with Bananas. He's putting his balls on the line. He's going for it. But he did make mistakes. But Bananas did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
Well said. Very well said, Malik.
Thank you. This is a very nice episode we're having with us today. Very, very
honestly, I think
civil.
This episode was very long overdue. I don't really, besides a few people, I really don't see a lot of people hating on this episode. It came like full circle in a way. I think it's like a perfect ending to a good story.
I did not get on because the reason is my fault we're late. I had a conflict that I couldn't put to the side. So I wasn't on social media at all. I still have not been on Twitter today except to retweet that we were going live. So I haven't even seen what everybody said, but I think most of us are going to feel the same way, and we'll talk about that towards the end of the episode. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and move on to the tribunal. So immediately Corey and Swaggy's name is floated, and then they bring up Josh, and I thought it was so fucking hilarious how quick Wes vetoed that shit. He was just like, me and him, is it going to be, and Gabe made a very good point. We're going to bring that up later. But about Wes and Bananas facing off before, but we'll get into that in a minute. But I love the fact how Wes just vetoed that shit. Like, Josh tried so hard to make him and Wes a thing that it's just annoying. And they decided to settle on Kyle just so Wes could torture him for a little bit.
Wes really doesn't like Kyle.
So Wes is doing to Kyle what Josh wants Wes to do to him. Is that what I'm getting right here?
That's
right?
Actually a pretty good point. Josh wants to be tortured and humiliated by Wes.
But Wes wants to give his attention towards Kyle.
Yes.
So that's what we're going with right now. Okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so the tribunal settles on that it is going to be Wes's choice if he wants to go in, but plan B is going to be Corey. Did the tribunal pick the right people to pull into the tribunal, or did they make a mistake? Becky.
I think so. I think they did pick the right people, and Gabe, no, Kyle will never, ever be likable. So stop trying to make that happen.
He's trash.
Stop trying to make fetch
like
happen. Well, you're trash.
No, wait.
Like
But Becky, before we get into that, okay, Antonio, you like Kyle.
Yes.
Why?
Honestly, it took me.
It doesn't matter why you like Kyle. Becky, please continue.
Okay.
It's funny. I love it. I think they did choose the right people. They're all people without red skulls. They're all people that really should be getting into the ring at this point in order to get it, or, it's time to put up or shut up, and probably to feel out the water to see who is really about it. So, okay.
That's creative. I give you props.
You need a hobby. You have that in your phone just ready to go. Anyway,
right?
It's terrible. Yeah. So I think they were the right choices because, it's not like they pulled someone who already had a red skull. So I think that it was a good way to go, especially with Swaggy being an alliance member of Wes, to give him the opportunity to say, yes, I want to go in.
Okay. And Antonio?
Yeah, I think the three were a good choice for Wes's side, at least. Rogan and D, I just felt like they were just there to see how it played out. They really don't benefit from anything. They both have red skulls. They really pretty much had their game set for them already. But with Wes, he's picking three people that just in case if he doesn't go in tonight, he wants a chance at the Red Skull. So he's picking three people that don't have one that can kind of like scratch his back in the future just in case. Wes is aligned with Corey and Swaggy, so that's good. And he has Kyle to torture, so can't jack this style right there.
The only problem that I had with this tribunal is Wes didn't really gain much. I think he would have gained more by bringing in somebody like a Fessy or something like that, because then you could trade some of that for, votes later on down the line. I don't feel like he played the long game this week. But I don't think he lost anything. But the only thing he really gained is Corey saying, like, oh, I'll do, if you put me in, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure you guys are good. Didn't really play much. Besides that, we both knew Swaggy wasn't going in, and Kyle was just to get fucked with. So this wasn't the greatest tribunal. And shockingly, this is another misstep by Wes.
No, the thing is that you said he should bring in Fessy, but Fessy has a Red Skull. If Wes, because going into the tribunal, Wes pretty much told D and Rogan there's a good chance he's going in. So why make an enemy with someone that has a Red Skull? Because Fessy's a big dude. There's a good chance Fessy would win another challenge in the future. If Fessy wins, and say Wes would win today's elimination, who's to say Fessy won't put Wes in the next one?
The point isn't to throw him in. The point is to get his vote for later on when you need it. Because if you put Fessy in an elimination like it was tonight, that shit is a toss-up. And the kind of elimination that we had tonight, anybody could win that shit. Like, Jay could beat a CT in that elimination. A female could beat a male in that elimination. They're not going heads up. There's not a whole bunch of strategy. It's really more speed and endurance than anything else. And guess what? There's a lot of people in there that's going to be faster than Fessy. So it could go either way.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and move on to the nomination votes. Banana comes in and says he wants to go in, and everybody agrees. The drama. The fucking drama. The funny thing about this episode is it was light on that bullshit drama. Who I'm trying to fuck, or who I've been fucking, or she's mad at me. And the drama that was in this episode is the kind of drama that makes the challenge great. Fuck the bullshit. Who did you sleep with? Who you fucking? Why is my man toxic? All that kind of drama is for the fucking birds. I'm not saying it's bad. We do need it. It keeps the show going. But the drama from tonight, that's the kind of drama we want to see on the challenge. That's the kind of drama that makes the show so fucking great. Competitive. It was very respectful. I mean, this whole thing between Wes and Bananas could have got nasty very, very, very fast. And you saw maturity, and it didn't take anything away. It didn't take anything away. And everybody loves to call out how immature Bananas has been in the past. But come on. He played this like a grown man and like an adult. This was, it's crazy to say, but I think we're seeing some prime Banana shit right now.
It's just they value the game right now. Looking at the rest of the cast, there aren't really that much like people that are there for drama or whatever. They all respect the game. They're all mature enough to understand the value of the game, and especially when you have two veterans like Bananas and Wes potentially going at it. You're a fan again. You're not a challenger competing against them. You want to sit back, you want to relax, and you want to see two of arguably the greatest challengers to ever compete go at it. You're a fan watching the game. It's like playing any game. If you're playing the Patriots or now the Bucks, you're enjoying Tom Brady throwing a pass. I mean, if you're on the offense,
I'm a Giants fan, so
okay. I'm a Jets fan. Okay, but you value the respect and effort the veterans put into each game, and that they just value it right now. That's what it's coming down to. It's the heart of the game is showing.
Becky, any thoughts?
I mean, I understand the messy drama is always fun. The jumping on tables and calling people out their name and, throwing stuff and punching mirrors and throwing chairs like crazy people. I get that that's fun and funny in a lot of ways, but I do enjoy the more mature tone that it's kind of come up with at this point, with especially with Wes and Bananas, especially with their history. I mean, go back to Rivals 2, where, Wes and Johnny were going at it at that final elimination choice, where they were like yelling at each other, and I have a monster truck and a billion businesses and all that crazy stuff that they were yelling at each other. So like when you see that and you see them now, you're like, damn, growth, the glow up yet again.
Like father, like son. What?
All right, guys. Now it is time. It is time to get into the meat and potatoes, the thing that we are all here for. Purgatory. The challengers come down, Bananas comes down. Even TJ respects it, tells him. He's won 6 times. He's a legend at this. This is why. Wes makes the decision to come down. It's going to be Wes versus Bananas. Now, Gabe said earlier that a lot of people seem to be forgetting that they faced off a Chance versus Stars.
That does.
It does. I don't care what anybody says. That does count. It counts because it was an elimination and he won. It does.
The thing is, though, then all their wins count. You give Cara her 3rd win. You give Darrell his 5th. You give Bananas his 7th. You give CT his, 4th or 3rd?
It counts. They went head up in an elimination. Yes, it was a spinoff. Yes, it wasn't a main season win. But it still counts. I tell you what. I tell you, Bananas ain't never forgot that shit. I bet you he remember that shit.
Honestly,
it counts for him.
You look at that like a spring training game or whatever. Like it's something you did before, and now you're doing the real thing. If TJ's not there,
I really don't like bringing up Challenge Mania on here, but they had it right. It's an Intercontinental Championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Do you compare that to the actual challenge? No. I do. No, don't get me wrong though. I do give Wes all the credit for beating him the first time, but I just don't count it.
Okay, thank God your opinion just doesn't mean
matters.
jack shit. It doesn't matter.
Everyone, I speak facts and facts only.
Oh my God!
Fuck out of here! All right,
get the fuck out of here. But anyway, can I say something?
Yes.
No.
Shut
up, Antonio.
I agree. Shut up, Antonio.
But anyway, no, with the Champs versus Stars, I honestly agree that it doesn't count. It is very cushy. The challenges are not as difficult. I can say honestly, the Champs versus Pros is harder than the Champs versus Stars.
Real quick, no, because that 3rd season, that final was a hard final. Okay, if that doesn't count because it was kind of cushy, then we can count everything from the Gauntlet and before, right? None of that count either, right?
I mean, if you don't want to count it, I mean,
it was a lot more cushy.
That's before my time, so it's okay.
But those conditions were way more cushy than we were seeing on Champs vs. Stars and Champs vs. Pros.
No, really. They were living in They were living in 5-star hotels. They had phone access. They had family come to their apartments. That's the thing, though. When you're in the challenge,
oh my God, I've seen a baby on the challenge.
Yes, okay, I remember
what are
that.
you talking about, man? Shorty brought a baby on.
Okay, but elimination back then was a lot different than it was in Champs vs. Pros and Stars. They were in hotels. They were living life.
Really,
they had phone access.
Because people got hurt. People got bones broke. People lost teeth.
No, I'm saying the physicality was there, but the mental game
on us. Like,
the mental game wasn't there. And for the challenge,
the mental game wasn't there. Ask T.O. Ask Hennessy.
Oh, they're not real challenge competitors. That's the thing.
Everybody's a real challenge competitor. Everybody from Big Brother is on there. X on the Beach. Everybody's a challenge competitor now.
It's different. It's just not the real. It's the challenge, but not the real thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I would love to count that thing as Bananas having 7 wins. Trust me on this one. I would love to make that be a 7th win, but I can't openly give it to him like that.
I'm not counting these as main show wins, but you still got to respect the fact that even though they're a spinoff, they still count. I'm not saying put them in the stats with the regular stuff, but it still counts. It's not like it just never happened. It's not like Wes never beat out Bananas in an elimination. It happened. But
I mean, I fully agree. I wish it counted more. I wish it was more like, but I know that at the end of the day, challenge people don't count it. Like the actual challenge gods and people they put it out there, that it doesn't count. It doesn't count. I'm sorry.
I think 100% it should count. It shouldn't count and your main, and it shouldn't count in the main show stats, but it should have the asterisks on it. There's still challenges.
If you want to talk about
Jalen Johnson said it. There are still challenges, and I count them and I respect them. I am willing to keep them separate. I could say a champs versus pros elimination win doesn't count on the same level as a main show elimination win, but that's how I feel about it personally.
At the end of the day, beating someone in the challenge means a lot more than beating someone in champs versus whoever the fuck you're going against.
You know, I just got an idea. Let's get a whole bunch of other podcasts. We'll put them on Zoom, and we could all argue about how much the shit counts and how much it doesn't.
I got time.
Oh,
I think
that
that'd
would
be fun.
awesome.
I think that'd be fun.
I think we should do that.
Yo, I'm going to put this out there. I want to see who wants in.
I mean,
and
it's already out there. We're live.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying we're going to get some more people into this, and I want to see where the people stand, and I want to see where our fellow colleagues stand.
Hey, some off-season content right there. Let's get it started. Woo-hoo.
Absolutely. Now, shut the fuck up so we can move into Purgatory. Purgatory.
Enough arguing.
All right. So this one is called, what was it called? Don't make me go.
Tyler?
I don't know.
Yeah, where the fuck is Tyler when you need him?
Tyler?
All right, it's called
Tyler?
Charge the Wall. It's called
There we go.
Charge the Wall.
I mean, someone literally charged the wall at the beginning. Come on.
So, there's 2 walls, and there's a whole bunch of little boxes on it. The challengers have to break through these boxes, find 3 batteries to charge their light. It is not going to be a headbanger. Do you feel that we were robbed by Bananas and Wes not being a headbanger? Becky, kick it off.
Oh, I want them to go out. I wanted it to be like a hall brawl. That would have been epic. That would have been amazing. A hall brawl, Johnny Bananas versus Wes.
Wes would have flattened Bananas. He would have busted his whole fucking shit. Yo, Bananas would have got rocked in the hall brawl.
I'm so sad. I mean, what is it with him getting these freaking, like, what was it? Free agents? He got the drywall game. Like, what is it with them saying, let's let him punch holes in walls? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, but you know what? These walls look hell of a lot tougher than the walls on free agents.
Oh, yeah. This thing doesn't get paired with free agents whatsoever. But you want to know a fun fact? Bananas is 2-0 in eliminations where people volunteer against him, and he has to punch through things.
That's the most useless fucking stat ever. You fucking Jason Whitlock. Fuck out of here.
You know, leave it to Antonio. He's like so desperate. He's like Johnny doesn't win a lot of eliminations, guys.
Like,
give him the drywall elimination.
This is my episode. You have to let me have it. Come on.
Bananas is 2-0 when people voted themselves again in this drywall.
It's a very important stat.
Yes, come on. Like, my guy barely wins elimination. So when he wins, I'm going big. Like, come on.
Oh my god.
He hasn't won an elimination since what?
That's it.
Rivals 3.
It's been a while.
If he wasn't one.
Hold on, I need a drink because Antonio is really going crazy over here.
Yeah, I got a whole
Reaching
handle
for
of
the
Cat
stars.
Mo in there, and I totally forgot to bring it in. I am fucking sober as shit.
But like, he hasn't won one in so many seasons. Like, this is his first win in a very long time. Let me have it.
All right, but back to the
Let me have
topic.
it.
Do you feel like we were getting robbed because it's not physical?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was hoping for a hall brawl, balls in, anything that's like head-on-head contact, but I'm not upset with what we got. I do think this kind of elimination was a good one to like
Very
just
equal.
bounce. Yeah, it's an equalizer. Just to see who really was the best at an overall game. Because this kind of elimination needed everything. You needed a strategy. You need good endurance. You need a good physical type of gameplay too. So I'm not against this elimination.
People are saying in the chat that it should have been a pole wrestle, but we can't have
pole
a pole. We just had a
wrestle-
pole wrestle.
Yeah, we just have one.
That's a fact. I love this
We had Bulls in
elimination.
already too.
I love this elimination for the fact that it was very balanced. It was very balanced, and I really love that. And these more balanced games, nobody could really make any excuses. Oh, this person was bigger. Oh, this person was out of breath. Or this person da da da. Da. It's as equal as it's going to get, and it gets to answer a long, you know, a really old question that we all had over who's better. And I'm going to ask that question in just a moment. But I was very happy with this elimination. Even though a balls and more, not hall brawl, but a balls in or a pole wrestle would have been amazing. But I'm kind of glad we didn't have that, mainly because of where Bananas and Wes is at their newfound friendship. That shit can get nasty.
Steroid Wes. Oh, you love to see it.
Wait, what'd you say?
Steroid Wes.
Don't say steroid Wes. Wes has never done
Wes
roids.
was never on steroids.
Stop it, 5. Cut it out. You do this every 3 episodes. Steroid Wes. Stop it. Cut it out.
Only every 3? Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I need to step up the pace.
Yeah, like every episode. That's it.
In respect to
Jesus.
their new relationship, this is why I like this challenge, or something similar to it. It was probably the best we could hope for. In the future, if it does happen again, a pole wrestle or a balls in, or actually what I would like, remember the like the corner hall brawl that Derek had to do in like Gauntlet 3 or some shit like that? Where they had to run around the corner and run to each other and get to the balls at the end? Something like that. Or pretty much Yeah, any one of those would be great. But
actually, you know which one I wouldn't mind seeing? It was the free agents one. Obviously, the ones like most famous for is Carr vs. Naya, where they had the ropes on their back.
Looper.
Because that shows between the two of them.
That would have been a great one
who wants to beat each other more? That's when their egos and their prides come to play.
That would have been great too. Or some of the ones from earlier, like the Shelter one with CT and J. That would have been also another cool one. Or the rope one between Josh and
Jordan?
Yeah, I almost called him something else, but
I don't even want to know what you were gonna call him.
So Bananas gets the win. He beats him out. They broke every single box in there, but I think Bananas just searched best.
Well, he said it outright. He's like, if you don't open it all the way, you could honestly miss it. And I think that's what happened with Wes, is you could see like his hole punches were small. Like you could see Bananas tearing the wall down to try and see more into it to make sure that there was no bulb in it, or the battery or whatever they called them. So I think that he just had a better strategy. Wes was just trying to punch every hole, trying to find it, and just probably missed them.
I'm just happy this elimination didn't involve any Roman numerals. We wasn't locked in a box, so we could have messed up. He punched it, and we saw him every single time he punched through the box. He really stuck his hand in there, because as we saw, like every time he took a battery out, they were deep inside the box, so you couldn't just make like a little dent in it to find out.
Deep in the box.
That's what he said.
Okay, well, that was a good one.
Listen, the question I have for y'all. These two guys are legends. These two are arguably both going to be on the challenge Mount Rushmore. But this isn't Champs versus Stars. This isn't Champs versus Pros. This isn't a side season. This isn't a battle by proxy. This is Bananas versus Wes, 1-on-1 in the real fucking deal. No redemption houses.
Mano.
No redemption houses. No big alliances. 1-on-1. Who is the better challenger, Bananas or Wes? Becky.
I guess it really depends. It depends on the season. It depends on the game. I can't say. In my mind, they are equals. They are both legends. They both have different strengths and different weaknesses. And I think the reason why they did so well this season is because Wes's weaknesses were Johnny's strengths, and Johnny's weaknesses were Wes's strengths. So that's why they were able to come together as almost a unit that they were able to push through. And had Wes not gone in, I have no doubts that Johnny would have helped him get his Red Skull, and they would have gone head to head in that final. I think that was the end goal, but Wes got overexcited and dropped himself into this elimination when he should have kept himself out of it. But yeah, I can't see them as individuals. I see them as a joint team now, mostly because I just can't see. They just all have they're so the same, but they're so different at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yes, you want the world to be fucking lollipops and unicorns and rainbows, but it doesn't work that
Fuck
way.
you.
Antonio, who is better? It's all said and done, all on the line. Who is the fucking better challenger?
God, why do you
I mean,
really
that's
think you're gonna say?
come on, like
No.
what?
He might surprise us. I don't know.
No,
I'm
all right,
doubtful. There's not that much growth.
Now, obviously, I think clearly Bananas is the overall better player, but the big but, I do think Wes does play a better short game than Bananas does. I think Wes, if you're looking at it in half season increments, I think Wes plays a better first half than Bananas does, and I think Bananas plays a better second half than Wes does, because Wes in the beginning of every game he'll make good amount of alliances to keep him safe for a good amount of time. But in those seasons, if his alliance crumbles early, he tends to go early. If his alliance stays steady and strong, that's when Wes's second half of the game can come into play. But for Bananas, if Bananas can make it past the halfway mark, that's when you know he's there for the long run. There's really no in between. Yes, Wes's strengths are also Bananas' weaknesses and vice versa, and that's what makes him a good duo. But to be a good challenge competitor, you got to win. You got to have the best long game, and that goes to Bananas.
There are plenty of instances of Bananas has been bounced out on every single level that there is to be bounced out. But that just comes with how many seasons he's done. It's a very tough question. I have a lot of respect for both of these competitors. I like both competitors. But this isn't a hard choice. Bananas is better. Bananas has 6 rings. Bananas has the most seasons. Bananas has done the most. Bananas is the challenge. But Superman can only be as good as his Lex Luthor. Not saying that Wes is the bad guy, but Wes is very, very good. He is great. And he could probably beat Bananas in a whole lot of things. But when it comes to the challenge, Bananas beats out Wes more. Mainly for the fact that he's been on it more. But the reason why Bananas is here with a red skull and Wes isn't is because Wes fucked up. Wes should have never threw himself in. Look at Bananas. Bananas was ready. He knew from jump he was going in. He didn't care against who. He even tried to warn Wes. I'm going in. Bananas is the better competitor. And take away all of the gameplay, take away all of the other stuff. You put these two in a fucking cage, and who came out on top? It was Bananas. Got to give it to him.
And that's why I said Wes doesn't play a good long game. He gets not power hungry, but I think he gets too much in his head where he thinks he's in a better position than he is, and he just tries to make a move when it's not needed. Like he could have waited till next week. Wes had numbers this season. He had Swaggy and Bailey on his hands. He had TYB as he always does, and he had Bananas. He basically had all 3 aspects of this house together. The only person he had to worry about was who? Josh? Josh hasn't done anything this season so far. So Wes could have waited. Wes is probably the top 3 males in this game right now. So if there was a purge of people with not having a red skull, Wes will clearly win it. Wes just made a bad move today.
He did make a bad move, and it cost him dearly. He
should have stayed out. He
Now-
definitely should have stayed out of it.
Now, after this elimination, this was my favorite part of the episode, even more so than the elimination. Wes and Bananas, they hug it out. They embrace. They put all this shit to bed. And Banana says something that I really, really loved. He said, my biggest regret after, all of these seasons is I should have worked with Wes earlier. And he's a good dude. I mean, just hearing Banana say something like that, fucking mind-blowing. I mean, you guys are like me. We probably seen every single episode. Definitely seen everything since season 8. We watched this for years going on end. How did this ending make you feel? Antonio, talk about your feelings.
So at the end of the day, I'm still not the biggest West fan. I probably will never be. But just like hearing him say that, it shocked me. I was like, what? But I did see it coming because in the beginning of the season, I really wasn't the biggest Wes and Bananas fan. I hated that they were working with each other. I honestly, worst enemy. Like, why are you doing this? But as we've seen it play out, yes, a lot of fans were annoyed about this storyline, but like true fans enjoy it. You love seeing two rivals go at it. It's like in sports too. Like when you see Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning, like you enjoy it. Like and just seeing them like at the end be friends, saying, you know what, it's a game now. There's no hatred anymore. We can see what we do when we work together instead of against each other. It's bittersweet, but right now I'm putting the bitterness aside and I'm enjoying the sweet stuff because you gotta enjoy some good things today. So I'm enjoying it right now.
Becky, are you enjoying this shit?
I really am. I'm look at it and I go, the funny part is it's almost like I got like Adam and CT vibes at the end where CT is like, so are we friends now? And he keeps waiting for Adam to agree. The fact that Bananas kept going, so it's like, so this is what we're doing, and Wes just looks like a beaten puppy. Yes. So are we more than friends but less than lovers? Yeah. He just looked so sad. Like,
but you can't blame him for being sad. He just lost. Like,
I'm not done. Sir.
Sorry.
You need to sit down. I'm not done.
Jeez.
Sir. Put you in your corner.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, what I was going to say is, yes, he is sad from losing the elimination, which is what I was about to say if you hadn't interrupted me, sir. But I think he honestly was like, fuck, we're friends. Fuck, I like this guy. And I never expected it. So I think it was almost like a begrudging, yeah, we're friends. And yeah, I respect you. So I honestly enjoyed the storyline. It's 15 years in the making. Obviously, they have both grown as both people and challengers, and I love to see it. It's fun, it's funny, and together they're dynamite. So having more seasons with them is just going to be fun because we're just going to see that relationship grow. And if it implodes later on and they get into fights again, it's just going to be even funnier.
So I actually have a good reference real quick. So like, have you seen the Lego Batman movie? I work with kids. That's why I've seen it.
No, I'm 30.
Well, you have kids. I don't know.
You have kids though.
So I work with kids. So
yeah, but I don't like hang out with them and watch movies with them.
Okay, well, I used to work with kids, so that was part of my job. I entertain them.
And now you're not allowed to work near kids. How did that happen?
What? Because of the pandemic.
Oh my God! Don't accuse him of that.
Okay, we are live. Let's. Okay. All right. Well, as I was gonna say,
and he's sober.
Okay. As I was gonna say, in that movie, like it was about Batman and Joker, their rivalries, whatever it is. But at the end of the movie, they realized that they both needed each other, and I think that's what Bananas and Wes are going through right now. They realize that we're better together than we are against each other. So might as well fuck it and do it. Now I am done with my reference.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Malik gives no fucks.
Yeah, I definitely loved it. It's a great fucking episode. Great episode. I loved it so much. I loved it because we got the right kind. Yo, Joe, I'll fuck you up. Stop playing with me. I'll fuck you up. I'll fucking drag your ass. You thought I look 42. I'll tell you something. Gabe
said you look like you were in your mid-20s.
Of course, I moisturize.
You got that smooth skin.
Words. Try to play me.
I am sweating. Oh my God.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and move on to the hit list, the power ranking. Now, so sad Tyler's not able to join us today. He's still taking a small break, but he did go ahead and send us the power rankings for this episode 10 of Total Madness. Let's go ahead and get into the top 10. At number 10, we have Nelson moving up 3 spots. Number 9, Casey. At number 8, Josh. 7, Anissa. 6, Jenny. 5, Rogan. 4, Corey. 3, Nani. 2, D. And at number 1, Bananas. Becky, tell us where Kyle fucked up at. Not Kyle, Tyler.
I was rather say what? Did you say Kyle?
I was gonna say Kyle was on this season.
So
He's at number 11 right now.
This is the most screen time he's
11.
gotten at all
Nobody
this
worry about
entire
Kyle.
season. But anyway, ain't nobody give a fuck about Kyle. Why did Corey jump up so high? Like 6 points? Like really? Like he didn't do much this episode at all. Like other than talk about his baby mama and his child. Like I don't see like him doing anything particularly awesome this episode, like get into a fight or win anything.
I mean, like he was trying to put the battery in Wes's back. I mean, it was funny, but $6, like, yikes.
But Nelson's like only went up 3, so like
because Nelson's stupid.
Well, yes, but he also brought comedy to this situation. So the fact that he is so stupid, it's funny.
Nelson went up 50%.
Yeah, you dragging it now, man. You dragging
Don't I
it.
always though? Like
You drag
I
it.
just hate the guy with the passion. He's just
Antonio,
so stupid.
out of this top 10, who is sticking out the most to you?
Honestly, like looking at this top 10, even look at the top 16, I just don't care for it, except for number 1, because I think this episode.
The top 16, there's only 16 people.
Exactly.
Here.
I'm just saying, out of the 16 people on the list, like this episode was Bananas and Wes only.
He doesn't care about the 16 people on this list at all.
Well, I only care of 15. I don't care of the 15 people on this list. I only care about the one.
Well, you just said Wes.
All right. Well, yeah. But Wes is eliminated, so he's.
They're on opposite
right
sides. Bananas is one. Wes is at the bottom.
Yeah, but like with this episode itself, it was really Wes versus Bananas. I really don't think anyone else made an impact on this episode. Yes, people said shit or whatever, but the only one that really should have moved up and was Bananas. Everyone else kind of should have just stayed where they were. I feel like I don't think anyone really did anything.
Wow.
Okay,
it's just the truth though. But look at this episode. It's
Thank you
Bananas
for
West. That's it.
all right. Thank you for sharing. One of the people who really stuck out to me was Corey. Corey jumping up 6 spots. I don't think he did nearly enough to gather all of this power. Rogan moving up 6 spots makes a lot more sense than Corey, and Rogan is still right behind him, and he ended up in the Tribunal. I mean, he's the reason why all of this happened. I thought he should have a lot more respect on his name. Nani coming in at the number 3 spot, being in number 5 last week. What did she do again? Like, I can't.
Complain.
Like no one did anything this episode. So I'm trying to say, like, it's hard to pinpoint a few people that stood out this episode.
It's not that hard because that's what we're doing. We're pinpointing shit. Thank you, sir. Anyway,
that's the point of the list.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we do, motherfuckers. Stop. But anyway, that's who I felt like really, really stuck out. I'm kind of fine with mostly everybody else. Josh in the top 10. I don't know. I'm just waiting for him to cry. Next episode.
Next week.
Yes, that's my shit. That's makes
he
my
cries
whole
next
day.
week.
He cries. Did you not see the preview? He cries next week.
He
cries
every
he cries
and he
every
said he's
week.
gonna go home.
God, I hope
No,
so.
next week is a female elimination day, so he does not go home.
You know what, man? Wes fucked up. He should have put Josh in. He should have
I
put
want
Josh
to
in
see
there.
Josh cry against Bananas.
I would've
That's so
loved
funny.
Oh my god!
I would have loved it. Loved it so much. All right, guys. Thank you
Can
so
you
much.
imagine him
Yeah.
trying to climb the wall?
Oh, yeah, we're
I'm
done.
sorry.
That's going to do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for kicking with us, hanging out with us. We're going to stick around for a couple of minutes and just talk to you guys. You guys got anything to say? So go ahead and type away. You guys got a couple minutes to do that. But that's going to do
good,
it.
because I need some time to get my notes up because I got a new phone today and my outro is not loading right now.
Just show everybody your fucking phone.
Woohoo!
Oh my god!
Fucking spaz. Oh man.
my
Hey,
God.
everybody out there typing in the stream, in the chat. Thank you guys. We appreciate you. Don't ever talk about my age, Joe. I black that
Wait, any
black don't
questions for
crack.
us?
Yeah. Anybody got any questions? We stand. Gabe says we stand everyone at LWC except Antonio. The flavor of that motherfucker. He knows what's going on.
Fuck.
Joe
I got the best
says
opinions.
Josh is crying right now.
Come on, guys. Ask some questions. We want to hear them.
Oh wait, actually, I have a question for our people typing right now. Do you guys like this time slot better or the 10:30 time slot better?
Why are we going later?
Because I don't know. I just want to know what their opinion was.
Are you not feeling the 10:30?
No, I am. I'm
Thank
just
you, Jayla.
asking.
Yeah, are you guys not? I mean, the only reason why we went late today is because of me. I had some shit to do. But if you guys,
Because maybe our listeners got some shit to do too. That's all
We
I'm
love
saying.
you, Joe.
Gabe says 10:30, so I guess it's 10:30. The Gabe has spoke.
Okay, all right. I prefer 10:30. I'm just asking what our listeners wanted.
Yeah, Joe,
Sue me for trying to be nice for once.
Okay, they got a question for you, Bananas. Antonio, who's better? This from J Bills. Antonio, who's better, Johnny or Landon?
Oh God, is that a question?
Come
I already
on,
know what
like,
he's gonna
come
say.
on, like Bananas. I'm saying you right now. I take Bananas over anyone, any season, any format. It's Bananas, no question. Like,
I gotta see what kind of shape Landon is in these days, man. But already,
no, I Prime Landon versus Prime Bananas. I still take Prime Bananas.
versus,
Honestly,
I
but the thing is, though, I personally, I do think Landon's overrated. So I guess my bias.
what?
Opinion,
Hold on, wait. Time out. Landon is overrated? No, he's fucking.
Well,
with us.
no,
He's
all right,
fucking with
no.
us. He's
Because the
fucking
thing
with
is, though, I haven't. So I've seen majority of the seasons. I've seen Landon seasons, but when I went that far back, I kind of half-assed those seasons. So like, I didn't really experience. Look, my first season was Free Agents. I'm 21 years old. I'm still
You
a kid.
didn't go back and watch the other shit?
I did, but I half-assed it. I was on my phone. I was doing other shit while I was on the
You
background.
you don't love the challenge. You just love Bananas. Stop dick riding. I'm so tired of you.
No,
I'm so tired of your shit.
Well, the thing is, though, I have a good friend that has seasons.
Yeah, I
Of
was just gonna
past
say.
seasons, so like now that I'm like bored again, I'm
Did I not
starting
give that to you guys?
I'm trying to plug your thing, man. Come on.
Oh wait, but I gave it to you, right? You guys got
No,
other
you
se-
didn't.
Oh yeah. So anybody listening, I do have a Google Drive with every single season on it. It is definitely pay. So hit me up, hop in my DMs or whatever. I'm at Malik_MTV on all platforms if you need access to that. But we do got a couple more questions. I seen the homegirl Jayla. Okay, do y'all think Turbo could take Fessy in an elimination? I think Turbo could take Jesus fucking Christ in an elimination.
It's too early.
I'm not betting. I think Turbo has a good chance against anybody, but we haven't really seen, outside of mental, we haven't really seen any weaknesses come from him. So I think he's liable to take
From
on
Turbo?
anybody. Yeah, from
But
Turbo.
the thing is, though,
Except for mental. Because it looks silly to us, but when it's all said and done, that speaks to the mental game. And I thought that he had, I thought his pride and his attitude worked against him in that situation. What do you guys think?
Honestly, it depends. Fessy's huge and extraordinarily athletic, but I wouldn't put any money against my future husband, Turbo. Yes, Turbo, I still love you, and yes, you will still marry me at one point.
Turbo doesn't watch this. He's
I
never
don't
going to see
care.
this.
At one point, he might see this, but anyway,
He would
I'm
never.
saying if he ever sees this, Turbo, I'm available. 1, 2. But I mean, I won't put it against him. He was a street fighter. He won Survivor like twice, and he almost won a third time, but he broke his leg, so couldn't continue on. Like,
So he does have a weakness.
his legs.
yeah, being broken. If he broke
Skipping
his,
leg day.
Jesus. Have you seen Turbo's legs? That man does not
I
skip
mean,
legs.
have you seen Fessy's body size?
That means
Yeah, I don't be
nothing.
watching
Look at
that shit while I be
Derek.
watching the challenge. Like, y'all wildin'. I don't
Look
be
at
looking at that
Derek.
shit.
Well,
Derek beat somebody twice his size. He's done that more than once. So don't just say
Derek is
because
an
Turbo's
animal.
Smaller.
Turbo is nowhere near Derek. Nowhere near.
I think that you're
no.
underestimating Turbo. I
No.
think Turbo left because
I think
he
you're underselling
is
them.
crazy.
No, but the thing is, though, Turbo and Fessy both really haven't been in a true elimination. Fessy
Bessie was in pole wrestle with a 3-time champ. That's a real elimination.
But
Stop taking that away.
it was no, I'm not taking it away, but I'm just saying a true mentally challenge, like a mentally like one that really like challenged him. They both weren't in it. Turbo tied up Nani, right?
It wasn't his elimination, though.
And exactly, but like, that's the only time we've seen him in any type of atmosphere like that. And Fessy had a major advantage. They both were never in.
What was his advantage?
It was the oh my god, I can't think of the name right now.
Jordan?
No, the name of the
Pole wrestle.
Wow, I am so stupid.
But how did he have an advantage?
Because Jordan has one hand.
That ain't his fault.
I know, but I'm not trying to take credit away from him.
Jordan's
I'm just
a 3-time
saying
champ.
that it's
Jordan's chip on his shoulder does better for him than 4 extra fucking fingers.
you just don't brag about that elimination. Is what I'm trying to say. They both.
I brag about that shit. I will. You listen. I will rip that. I will rip that shit off of Jordan and jam it right up his fucking ass.
I'm saying if Fessy beat anyone else, if Fessy beat Bananas, Fessy beat Wes.
Let me tell you something. Fessy versus Wes and Bananas in a pole wrestle, I tell you, sir, that's not going to go the way you think it will.
No, Fessy wins hands down. I know that. But I'm just saying, it's more for Fessy to brag about beating someone with 2 hands.
He beat a 3-time champ. That's what I would brag about. 3-time champ.
Okay.
He won the elimination.
And broke him,
Jordan
too.
did not.
He really beat him and broke him.
Okay, Turbo still hasn't won an elimination yet. It's still too new to tell. He
is, in fact, still untested. Still untested. But
I still give it to him. And honestly, I think he's smarter than he figured out that math question too at the end, where the
math question wasn't that hard. But I'm sure after running 5 miles, it does seem like the worst.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I give it more opportunity.
Yes. Hopefully he comes back and he comes back soon. Even I don't think we'll see him for 36. But that's going to do it for us. I am so happy that we get to chat with you guys, talk with you guys. Thank you again so much for listening. Make sure you visit thechallengegear.com to pick up all of your custom-made challenge gear. Make sure if you need the jerseys from this season with all of the logos included, we got that. That's thechallengegear.com. Make sure you visit shop.lwcpodcast.com for all of your general challenge and Love War challenges gear. That's going to do it for us. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys are safe out there. Make sure you guys are protecting each other and holding each other down. That's going to do it for us. Thank you again for listening. Like and subscribe and comment. Bananas, close us out.
All right. Another great episode, Podstars. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to stay updated by following us on Instagram and Twitter at LWC Podcast. Join us up on Facebook at facebook.com/Love War Challenges. Join our discussions under the challenge subreddit at LWC Podcast. Also, check out our website at lwcpodcast.com. Make sure when you listen to us on Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and YouTube, give us 5 stars, give us a great review, and most importantly, subscribe. Have a great day, Podstars. Peace.
This is a dirty game, bro. And what I've always said is all is fair in love, war, and challenges, 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 and challenges.